Hello Mandy, you're number one. Sonia. Sorry, it's a wee bit windy here. I've got to go leeward. Big Alan Merritt. Hiya Jules. Thank you for the books, Julie. Jono, how are you, my friend? Trisha. Mick Sanders. My hair is bouncing about. El Kabard. Hello, Mandy. Sue Lorraine. Ah, yes, Sue. Just let the numbers go up a wee bit. Oh, good evening, Wendy Taylor. Fleischer. Jeanette. Our mate Jeanette. Jeanette's interview with Sean Atwood premieres on Monday. So, Davey Moss, the Mossmeister, Mossington. So, I'm nearly up to the 200. I'll just give it 2 more secs. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Johanna. Hello, Joe. Hopefully, see you soon. Sally. Hiya. Right, another 10 viewers, and we're at Charlotte Dagger. Hello, Charlotte. Is that your real name? Hello, Bry. All right, my bruv. Geraldine Pent. Right, here we go. 201. Right. Welcome. Yeah, right. So that's it. So I'm over the 200 mark. I'm up on the roof, up on the roof. I'm just going to have a show one round. There's the sun absolutely scorching away. It's a right big one today. Scorching away over, and it's quite far. What would that be? Quite far, sort of northwest. It's sort of very much Edgware. It's really weird how it does set in different parts. Damn flat Earth, eh? Right, so where are we? What a busy, phenomenal week. I'll be going live tomorrow with a podcast with another victim of satanic ritual abuse. Well, hopefully that Rebecca Watson, if you're watching, you just called me and I had to dish you. Right, so I just had to turn. There's a chap who's an ex-army bloke, gets in touch with me, and he's had a moan at me for moaning about my hair. I've just had a message, please call Rebecca. Right, I will do. Right, so another victim of satanic ritual abuse tomorrow. She's an American lady. Her story so far is absolutely horrific. You know, again, there's no top trumping on it. Each story in its own merit. It is absolutely windy as anything up here. But this lady's story is appalling. She estimates about 6 children she's given birth to, and she only knows of one of them used in rituals. This is what we're up against, people. This is what we're up against. Bizarre stuff's been happening. It looks like the intelligence services are showing a bit of an interest now in what we're doing. There is someone I need to talk to who's a victim of a quite high-ranked police officer who is a Satanist, and she was raped by this guy. Again, I need to get the information from her. And this was when she was on her way to report satanic ritual abuse, and then was raped by this officer. Hopefully she'll be willing to disclose a bit more, and I can make a complaint to the IOPC about this. If they do nothing, then so be it, then we go to Parliament. But this is what we're up against. We're looking at, you know, these senior officers that were involved in central London were trying to procure children for 500 quid a shot. We may have someone willing to talk about that a bit more. It's just been mad. It's just been absolutely mental. There's another lady come forward who wants to give a podcast. She was kept in a shed throughout her childhood. She was taken into care at the age of about 3. And back then she was classed as a child of difference. So her carers won national awards for their services to children of difference, which meant black, Asian and handicapped kids. And they were just raping these kids, and they were renting them out for various rituals. This woman has agreed to talk, and she actually lifted up her skirt only so far, obviously, and showed me that, and all of her legs were covered in cigarette burns. Appalling. There's a lady, hopefully will be giving a testimony on Sunday down in the West Country, and a very, very similar story, and she would be burnt, and this was by very well-to-do women who would sit round, make her strip off naked, a little young, between the ages of 4 and 6, I think. They would make her serve them tea and cake while she was naked. They would then mock her, which is very bizarre. They would mock her, then they would assault her sexually, so they would pinch her nipples and pinch her private parts, and then they would put cigarettes out on her. Posh, white, Middle England women. And then afterwards their husbands would come in and rape this poor woman. She said, oh, it wasn't ritualistic, but it was ritualistic. She's going to come forward, give a statement. We've got a victim of SRA up in the Manchester area. Again, very, very similar, and she's going to give a statement. There's a victim of SRA, 2 victims in the Cornwall area. They too are going to give statements. And like I said the other day, there was one woman who was being picked up and sort of trafficked about by police officers as soon as she left school when she was 11 years old. 3 police officers would pick her up in an MG sports car, take her off to a nearby cottage, chalet, whatever, and just rape her. And this was Devon and Cornwall. So it's absolutely flooding in, everyone. We've managed to secure marketing, so we're going to get some marketing done for the foundation. There's been a mention that I should form. Oh, the old biller about. What's happening there? Oh my word. Let's have a little look. The pigs, man. The pigs. Right, they're off to bash up a violator of the 2 metre distancing laws. It's about the only thing they do nick now. They don't nick themselves shaving, this lot. So, I mean, this really is going from strength to strength. I mean, I'm up at 5 in the morning and I'm probably not hitting hay until about midnight. It's Paula Brown, I want to thank you kindly for the assistance that you gave me today. Thank you so much. So it's just it's getting absolutely monumental. So, you know, the viewing figures are skyrocketing. The criticism is at an all-time low by this nutcase power Disney woman, and the usual suspects, Yolanda, what's her brain dead thingy. Anyway, apart from them. So that's that. I mean, and it's, you know, we're building bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, the 3 Bs, Brian's beach baptisms are doing incredibly well. We're getting contacts all the time for people to come down and work, you know, and be baptised. I want to say a big thank you to Nikki, our former lady of the night, and you know, the response I've had, Nikki, from your video has been absolutely incredible. You know, it's been so well received. You know, so it's just absolutely phenomenal what is happening. But the victims, they are coming in fast and they are coming in hard, and the stories are so consistently appalling that I think we're soon going to be in a position to make the collective police forces do something about this. I really, really do. I spoke with Richard Kerr the other day, the guy that was the topic of the 60-minute Australia program, he rang me up, give me his thumbs up. I've had the beautiful Blair brothers, Joey and Bobby, ringing up as well, saying keep going. You know, Billy Maloney again. I'll be doing something in the future with Billy, and it's just, I'll just say just stay tuned. I mean, tomorrow we've got a live, and I want to make something quite clear here, that when podcasts go out, so you get, I spoke with James English, rang me as well and said if anyone wants to go on the James English show, please contact me and I can put you in touch with James English. He rang me up a couple of days ago. All right, so we're just for Prime Minister. Yeah, man, all the way. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. I was on a roll then. Just gone straight out my head. Oh, there was a message of absolute importance then I was going to say, and then I got sidetracked. Can't remember what it was. I really can't remember what it was. We're well on way with our Netflix documentary. That is going well. Right, now there's going to be a couple of appeals now. We've managed to get together a team, and these are experts, and these are chaps that do. Yeah, Alan, I'll put you in touch with James. Text Alan Merritt. Text me tomorrow, and I'll put you in touch with James. All right, I mentioned your name to him. Okay. Right, now we've got a little cadre of chaps that have got a special skill set, shall we say, and they're doing covert inquiries on our behalf. This is too proper windy. They really are looking into things that need looking into, which the police have failed to do. In order for them to continue doing it, they're going to need a couple of squiddlies, right? A few pennies in their pocket. Now, this isn't for me. We need 2 pairs of night vision goggles. I can't disclose live on the feed what we're looking into, but I don't think it takes Sherlock Holmes to work out what my main focus here is. It is SRA, and there are venues that need looking at. We've got some tough lads, and I mean they're tough lads. They are chiselled, they are fit, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to take the war on. But they need night vision goggles. We need 2 pairs of night vision goggles. I'm going to be sent through the details of the goggles. Unfortunately, the fellow who's doing it, he's on a surveillance for the foundation tonight. But when he gets there, if anyone is willing or knows anyone that is willing to fund the purchasing of these 2 night vision goggles, that would be absolutely brilliant. That's what I was going to say. Netflix, the Netflix documentary is doing well. Our cameraman is now being funded, so that we've got professional funding for him. It was concerning me because the guy's got a couple of young kids, and I don't want him putting out all the effort out of his own pocket when he's got kids at home. It didn't sit well with me, so he's now secured some funding. We sorted that out, so we're looking at the doing. You know, the documentary is well underway. It is well underway. Okay, so anyone who does a podcast with me, it'll be a dual thing. There will be the live. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I just remembered. There'll be the live feed which goes out. Right, the Facebook live feed that I do, and then there will be the pre-record, which will be subject to editing and and a little bit of disclosure work, because there might be stuff that we need to chop out, and that will go towards the Netflix thing. All right, Eric, you can join our surveillance team with pleasure, my friend. And I want to thank all the ex-veterans that are ringing up to help out. You know, they are so appalled at Jeanette's video that they want to roll their sleeves up and start sorting things out. So, yeah, very impressed. I hopefully will be he's gone off the radar a little bit, young Darren. So hopefully Darren will get in touch because I want to. Yes, Steve-O, I think in the next couple of weeks I'll be taking up an offer. Steve-O's put out an offer for me to attend his house for the purpose of drinking cold beer, which I think is a splendid, absolute splendid concept, and I will be partaking on that one. So that's how things are standing. Right, now let's go back to it. When you do, anyone who knows anything about this sort of stuff, which I never used to, but I sort of do now, a lot of people, they do pre-records. So you sit down, they have a little chat with someone, they get to know them, they do their research, they invite them into the studio, and they do a pre-record. So if the person is what we used to call a Mickey Rooney, a little bit quackers, you can either not put it out there, or you can highly edit it. I put out lives. Now someone said to me, John, if anyone wants to infiltrate you, how easy would it be? Well, of course. It's up to them, isn't it? But I put out lives, and there's usually a little team now. I used to go on my own, but now I've got a little team with me now. So my lives, I mean, anything could happen on these lives, and I mean that, anything could happen, you know. But do you know what? And considering the topic matter, considering the level of trauma, and some of the people have been heavily involved in violent crime and everything else, you know, mental health problems and whatnot, we have had nothing but 100% success rate on lives. And I think I'm going to big myself up as a testimony to my tradecraft as an interviewer, because that was my skill. I was a very good communicator, a natural communicator, and a good interviewer. And I want to utilise these skills, these positive skills that I gained from being in the plod, to put them to some good use, you know. And this is what I do. So as well as me being the front man and doing the interviewing, we've got Brian that does the beach baptisms. We've got Christine that's running the prayer group. Well, Martin runs it. Martin's an ex-paratrooper. He runs that. Christine's a coordinator. We've got a little surveillance team now. We've got a little team of very, very handy chaps, and I'll say that, handy chaps, that are actually offering to give security. They've offered, one woman lost her children to the family courts because her husband was heavily involved in ritual abuse, and he was beating this woman badly beating this woman. She's too frightened to go and see her children at a contact hearing, right? Too frightened, because she thinks her ex-husband is going to kick the crap out of her. So our security team have offered not only to stand by her, but to drive her there, wait alongside, and then bring her back again. And that's all the way down to the south coast. So how good is that? You know, as well as a campaigning, please, can we have as many letters to my man Pepsi Watson? Big up Mr. Pepsi Watson. Please, as many people write to him. He goes under the name of Adam Robinson. He's in HMP The Mount. Someone will post, I no doubt, the full details. He is stuck in his little cell on this, the warmest day ever. I think it's been 32 degrees today, and he's on full lockdown because of this COVID. Do you know, since this COVID thing, I don't know anyone who's died from it. I know quite a few people that have died from suicide though during this, and they're victims of abuse. So, you know, if I'm anything to go by, what a load of crap that we're locking ourselves away when the real killer is suicide, and that's stemmed from child abuse. Yet they don't take that seriously, you know. So unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. You know, say I've known people that have died from suicide due to being a victim and survivor of child abuse during this lockdown. They've totally lost hope. So I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe what they're doing to our society. It's just incredulous what's happening, and we're giving away our freedoms You know, now they're looking at, I think they're saying that they're now looking at taking down statues of Jesus and whatnot, saying that's repressive. This is how tyranny starts. We're well underway, and if people don't stand up and do something, we're going to be in a world of crap, and the pain's going to be on us so quickly. You know, I'm going to have my main focus on these corrupt bastards that have been in the police service, that have been outed as Satanists and rapists and have made money out of it. So I'm on a mission. People have started writing letters already. Thank you so much. If you write a letter, you get your response. Please send it through to me. We're collating all these responses, and hopefully they'll form part of the documentary as well. So of course we will scrub out your my man Serdar, brave man, my mate. I owe a lot to this guy. Very brave man, Serdar. You're a good man. Out in Cyprus at the moment, and incredibly brave individual, you know, and good man. Hopefully I'll come and see you soon, you know. Hopefully I'll come and see you soon, Serdar. But Brian Thornton's put something on about a legal team. Yes, we do. Funny that you never get the office. Well, no. Saying that you do, there's a lot of people with admin skills have offered. No solicitors have offered their assistance yet. One for the family court. I beg my pardon. Patty, good woman. But apart from that, no barristers, no solicitors have offered any assistance at all. So busy times, and I want to also say thank you that whenever we do a live, and Jeanette will stand testimony to this, and Darren will too, and Shawnee Kelly, that we do have a little team that does their best to cater for welfare issues. We do our best. If there's funding comes in, then we make sure that, because there's a lot of people with financial problems, you know. Jeanette is a single mum, and she's not too proud to say this, in financial problems because of what she's walked away from, you know, and she's had to start afresh. You know, she was in a shocking marriage and everything else. So if anyone has got a few little pennies that they want to put forward, I will put up. It's Jeanette, JEANETTE.21 at live.co.uk. Please email her, and she can arrange for our bank details to be supplied, and put some squids into Jeanette's pocket, because if we see this explosion in people coming forward as a result of Jeanette, Darren and Sean's testimonies, you know, we know how worthy it all is, but this really is taking on the shape of something incredibly biblical. It really is. This is really, and Nancy, and God bless Nancy. Again, people like Nancy, you know, Jay Sanford, Dan, you know, Noxie, Dill, you know, all these, you know, so many. And then we've got to say thank you to people that have media channels that always boost our work, like Luke Collins, Brian Gerrish and whatnot. Sam Baldwin, not good, man, not good. She's not good, because, you know, we had a prayer session for her the other night for her boys over the solstice, but of course she's hurting, isn't she? Her kids have been taken off her, and they're being subject, probably, or allegedly, as they say, to not nice things. Again, we're tired. We don't want to get Sam in trouble because of the courts, what the courts have done. So what was suggested to me, if you want to do something about this, then you've got to take them on. So it was suggested that we set up a political party, which I'm sort of all for, to be honest. You know, a little political party. Funny enough, a good mate of mine that was in the police, he's just had to do his vetting, and he's had to. He was asked if he knows anyone who's involved in political activism or the overthrow of the political stability, and of course he hasn't, but hopefully, God willing, one day we may do, eh? You know, so something's rolling down the hill there. But you know, things are changing. They're changing on a daily basis. This is getting so big. It is getting really big. So the documentary is underway. Karen Brewer. Who is Karen Brewer then? Please, well, get in touch with Karen Brewer, and she is right up your street. Oh, please quantify that comment. And I've never heard of her, Karen Brewer. Who is she? Let me know, and you know, I'll try and get in touch with as many people as I can. You know, so the video's well underway. Hopefully, we've already sorted out a soundtrack. This sun is dropping down. You can actually watch it down. It's just, honestly, I watched it and it just sort of like fell about a second ago. We've got Paulie Boy, my man Paulie, is going to be doing a cover version of the Manic Street Preachers. Hopefully we'll have that as the intro to the docu. So, and also use it as our little theme tune. So, when that's done, you know, hopefully we can sling that about. And oh, it's a swift, or was it a swallow? Karen is an Australian brilliant elite paedophile researcher. Okay, all right. Well, sorry about that. I've had to spit. I didn't mean to. I had to something. I think a fly went in my gob. Right, so that's that. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're looking at 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, Thursday, with an interview with a lady called Jen. Horrific story so far. Again, a real gamble with Jen, because spoke to her, met her at the weekend, incredibly damaged. So swift swallow, yeah. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully, God willing, all will be well, and she will give forward an incredible testimony. The following week, I think at the weekend, there's a woman called Sharon. She's going to give her testimony, the one that was burnt with cigarettes and things. And again, I want these people to talk about their lives, what it's done to their lives, and you know, and how they behave through their lives. One brave soul who's going to speak out. She would masturbate at school from the age of 4 onwards, because that was what was taught to her, and that was it. So, you know, things like this need to be said. They need to be said, because people need to understand, you know, the psyche, the victimology, and the damage that it leaves behind. And then the week after, we've got another girl called Jenny. Two Jenny. We've got Jen, and then we've got Jenny. Jenny is a long-term friend. Jenny is one of the stalwart campaigners. Jenny even kicked off and was thrown out of ICSA. She was heard live on Sky, I think, giving Harvey Procter a proper mouthful of abuse, which is good, which is well warranted. I spoke to a well-known survivor the other day as well, and it was told to me about a politician who I may or may not have mentioned, who he said there's no way this guy's innocent. This guy is one hell of a pervert. And also a well-known actor, a comedy actor as well, who was always on BBC Blue Peter, and was dressing up as a pantomime dame. Always on there. Still going now. Quite a biggish chap. Again, we can't name anyone. And he said that, you know, this guy's a pedo. He's a pervert. You know. And still on the TV now. And I said to this fella, I said, I know about this fella because I remember a detective I used to work with told me that this guy, this actor, was brought in as a suspect for the Jason Swift murder back in the, I think the late 80s, early 90s. The Jason Swift murder, this actor was brought in. And he said, you know, his bedroom was like a shrine to young boys, you know. And he said what made me sick the day after we arrested him and searched his house, this guy was on Blue Peter, dressed as a pantomime dame. So it made him feel sick. So this is what we're up against. And again, Jane, I can't say, can I? I can't say. But these people are everywhere. They're all over the place, And we have to sit there and shit our pants and worry and panic because we're going to get done for liable when they're effing young kids, and it's us that has to worry. It's just disgusting. It's just wrong. It is so wrong, And when we see the likes of Harvey Procter then going and suing and getting nigh on £1 million, it's all of it. This just it's just winding me up thinking about it. It is so effing wrong. Officers, well-respected police officers that are oh my word, that are seen as like bastions of decency, and always giving these talks on television about crime when a crime occurs. I mean, there's one, he's a well-known author, he's an ex-detective, well-known Scotland Yard detective, and yet they're on the range list. And bear in mind, to get on the range list, 2 or more people have to name you, right? So 2 or more people have named this high-ranking copper, who was in the vice unit of the police. They've named him as being a Satanist. And let's look at Jeanette's, not just Jeanette's, but many other victims and survivors of satanic ritual abuse. Let's look at Dame Alan Roberts. Yeah, I do know. Let me get in touch with me, Dame Alan Roberts, and I will tell you exactly who the guy is. And we'll look at what Satanists do. They slice kids' gizzards open. They eat their penises. They rape kids. They put insects in their mouths. They shit. They piss on them and everything else, right? And we have to worry about liable when they're doing that and getting away with it. I think something's got to change, my brethren. I really do. I really think something has to change. Right, well, I've stirred the pot for one night. As you can see, I'm turning into a bit of a radical. I've just had enough, and I hope if you've had enough, you too will share my work. Let's double these viewing figures. Let's treble them. Let's just get out there and punch. And again, please, if anyone starts attacking what I do, let's attack back. Time to attack back. We are being attacked by paedophiles and their protectors. I don't work for MI5. I never have done. I've got no intention of it. I can't even get a job to clean out toilets because I can't get any vetting at the moment because of what the Met Police have done. They class me as an activist. So I can't do a job where I've got my proper skill sets. That's why I've ended up working on building sites and God knows what else, climbing trees as a tree surgeon and everything else. So I don't, and people saying that John Wedge is not my real name. Well, just piss off, you bloody idiots. I just, so the likes of Angela Power Disney and Brian Harvey and who's the other one, Yolandi Braindead. Just please, when they come in, just give it back. We've had enough of all this, and it causes problems, and it does cause problems. So if their job is to cause problems, and they've done what they're meant to do. But again, when you look at the Satanists, what their job would be to infiltrate Christian groups and everything else, and cause problems. So that's exactly what they've done. So right, well, that's it from. Look, that sun's gone right down now. Look, in a couple of minutes, boom, it's gone shot right down. So it's been the warmest day of the year. The smog's back. London is absolutely chock-a-mocha block. It really is. It's the traffic's been horrendous. Say I'm going to miss this lockdown. I don't believe 1 minute in the COVID thing. I think it's the biggest con ever in the history of anything ever. The way they've gone about it, it's just I can't see how anyone can believe it. I really can't. But again, you believe what you want. I'm really not interested. But I'm going to miss the silence that we've had for those that have believed in it and locked themselves away. You've given us the city to ourselves. I've had some cracking times on these streets, you know, phenomenal times during lockdown. It's been unprecedented. And if the lockdown ceases, then the Brew with a View might cease, because I do the Brew with a View during, I'm not going to say because I don't want to screw it up for myself, but I utilise the lockdown to gain access up here and do the Brew with a View. And when the lockdown goes, I'm not going to be able to do it. So it's a shame. So I'll have to find something else to do. But tune in to Alan Merritt's. Alan, just ping up what's your radio station called again? Your whatever it is, internet station. Something UK. What is it, Alan? Come on, Sue, let us know. What's it called? They're going to give me Mank Dave. Hello, Mank Dave. God bless. I'm just waiting for Alan Merritt and Sue to ping up the name of their website, something UK. It's on a Monday at 6 o'clock. Wake up UK, that's it. Wake up UK. Sorry, there's a delay for me talking and it coming through. Dame Alan Roberts, just look, Dame Alan Roberts, Jon Wedger, WED Foundation at gmail.com. Get in touch with me there. We know each other anyway, don't we? Because we've got a lot of mutual friends. And I'll tell you exactly who the guy is. Yeah, Wake Up UK, please tune in. Brew Media have been interviewing, what's his face, Robbie Williams. And it looks like Robbie Williams is, he's sort of on board, which is a big coup. So well done to Brew Media, well done. Who else? Who else can we big up? And I think Tinky and Angie have got a show on Wake Up UK as well. So we're all going to be teaming up. Big Alan Merritt, please can you get in touch with the Blair brothers want to talk to you about the demo. And we're looking at all linking in. And Justice for Ellie. Can someone from the Justice for Ellie team get in touch with me? Because let's get some letters written to her in prison and see what we can do, like we did for Pepsi. So please keep writing to Pepsi Watson, the Justice for Ellie team. Please get in touch and we see if we can get some letter writing off for her, give her some support, and then maybe start like a little MP letter writing thing as well. Because someone said please do something for little Ellie, the girl up in Borough and Finesse. So we'll do that. What else? Oh, Jeanette, yeah. Oh, Jeanette's always moaning at me. Right, Jeanette Archer is on Sean Atwood show on Monday at 6 p.m. Please send the viewing figures through the roof. Send them into space. All right. So Jeanette Archer and Sean Atwood. I mean, she's not one of these other sort of gangsters going to sit there and talk about their time in prison, their drug dealing, who they've chinned and whatnot. This is a victim of the most horrific crime. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy. Dame Alan Roberts. That's the guy. Yep. So let's tune in for the exclusive interview. So really looking forward to that. And let's get the comments in. Let's positive comments, and see where we go from there. All right. So tune in for Jeanette. Again, Jeanette now has taken on a whole little life of her own, with people just bombarding. So Jeanette's working with us. If you need to speak to Jeanette, please get in touch. Let's stick a few quid in Jeanette's pocket. let's see where we go from there. And you know, so when we, you know, Jeanette's forming part of the aftercare team as well, so that the SRA victims can talk. We're all helping each other. We are building this community. It's just unreal. I mean, Big Alan Merritt will tell you. You know, it's just been unbelievable. It is unbelievable how we are all working together. I think it's fantastic. I really do. I think it's absolutely unbelievable how we're all working together. My viewing figures are plummeted. There must be something on the telly. Maggie May, look, just get in touch, send me an email, and then I'll pass on Jeanette's email, and then you know, can do transfers to her account. So that's lovely. So Jeanette, Maggie's after checking, and let's get these night vision goggles. If we can get some funding for the night vision goggles, and we can get them to our field intelligence and surveillance team that we set up, okay, which are proactive. They are out there now. They are going out there, and they genuinely are doing some work. All right, we've got a little protection team as well that started up. Most are ex-military guys. You know, some have come from the elite units, and they're willing to help. So we've got that on board. All right, which is awesome. Absolutely. I got to go because I was meant to be on another call a minute ago, half hour ago. I'm in big trouble now. The decoy team from the Isle of Wight, I'm meant to be doing something with them. All right, well, thank you everyone. God bless you all, and let's just share the love, share the work, and expose the pedos. All right, God bless, one love, bye bye.